All right, Shalom, Mark, and Dr. Lesson. I do and give all praise and all glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai by Hashem Akakadash. Double honor to our apostles and elder great millstone that taught us his truth and that rule well. Peace and blessings and sincere octave to speak for the truth, not to sincerity around the four corners of the earth, then to lead to us in Shalom. Okay, I'm the brother Yara Ariyar from the great millstone of Miami Camp. I come back to the spirit power Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, going to make another lesson. Okay, in this lesson, it came to me, due to my brother Samak putting a word in the word of the week. Okay, and then the word of the week was signs. And what came to my spirit was how the Lord has always given, us signs. Okay, Lord has always given us signs of when his coming is going to be or when a certain judgment is going to happen. Okay, if you look at the flood, the Lord gave the people the sign, which was Noah building the ark, that he was going to flood the earth. Okay, that has always been a sign, and then as well, whenever the Lord was about to destroy anywhere or judgment was about to be taking place, the Lord gave you the prophets, and the prophets were a sign. Okay, once you saw the prophets, you already knew that something was going to happen. Something serious is about to happen. That's why, when Samuel came amongst the people, they asked him, "Are thou comest thou peaceful?" Because they understood and they knew that they understood the job of a prophet was to warn the people. Okay, and that was a sign for them to know that hey, something about to happen. All right, something is about to happen, and even in these times, and the Lord gives us signs too that He's about to return. People saying, and when you see these things pass, okay, those things are, describing, when you see certain signs happen, be on the lookout because that's when you're gonna know that the end is near. Okay. And I had a couple precepts lined up just to further edify the point, to show that the Lord is always giving us signs to let him know, to let us know when he's about to return, man. Okay, this is Luke 21, verse 25, and it says, "And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon." Right, man, and have we not be seeing signs, in the moon, with these different lunar eclipse and all these things? Okay, those are signs. Okay, and it says, "And in the stars and upon the earth, the stress of nations with perplexity, seeing the rays wrong." Right. Are we not seeing the distress of nations among the nations? Okay, and it says men's hearts failing them for fear, for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and with great glory. All right, man. And that cloud going to that chariot, and that Son of Man talking about Yahushua. Okay, they're gonna see Yahushua coming in, in that great fathership, but ultimately before he comes, there's going to be indicators. Okay, that's another word for signs. Okay, indicators that he's going to return. That's why the scripture says, don't let don't let that day overcome thee as a thief in the night. Okay, and it's going to it's going to overcome the people. It's going to take people as a thief in the night to those who are not paying attention to the signs. Okay, because scriptures say he coming as a thief in the night, but if you're watching the signs, you're gonna know when your hour is coming. Okay, he's not gonna catch you by surprise when your hour is coming, man. All right. But if you're not paying attention, that's how you're gonna get caught by surprise. That's how you are going to get caught without your garment. Okay, because you didn't pay attention to the signs that were given in front of you. Your Lord sent his prophets out. Okay, that's one sign. Okay, the Lord got wars and rumors of wars. That's another sign. The Lord got earthquake in diverse places. That's another sign. Okay, all these signs, the Lord told you to watch out for. They are happening. Okay, it's like it's like a puzzle and you getting hints. If you're not paying attention to them hints, you're not gonna be able to solve the puzzle. The Lord is throwing us hints, man, spiritual hints. Okay, We already know, hey, when famine of the word happens, we already know we almost at the end. Okay? Wars and rumors of the wars, hey, we already know y'all about to come back. These are signs that let us know, when your house is about to come back. And that's how the Lord works, man. Showing you how graceful and how merciful Yahweh Shai is. He's not just going to come and destroy a place without warning. He's going to give you warning, man. He's going to say, give them warning from me. Okay? Let me see if I can find it right quick. Such as a watchman unto the house of Israel. There you go. Ezekiel 3:17. It says, Son of man, I've made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. And what does a watchman do? He tells the people what's to come before it happens. Okay, a watchman. Okay, standing at the top of the tower, watching out for impending danger. It says, therefore, hear my word at my mouth, give them warning from me. Okay, so when the prophets are on the scene, okay, we are a sign that the Lord is coming back to wreak judgment. To come back to judge judge the area, or judge that place. Okay, and that's why it says, give them warning from me. Okay, we are giving you a warning of the return of Yahweh by Shimon Shai, because it's not going to be pleasant to you, man. And how are we able to say that is because we see the times, okay, and we see the signs and the times that we in. Okay, we're not thinking that it can never happen or it's just impossible for Yahweh Shai to come back. No. Understand that, hey, everything has a time and a season. All right? This is Matthew 24, verse 7. It says, for nations shall rise against nation. I'm sorry, verse 6. You shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye not be troubled, that these things may come to pass, but the end is not yet. Okay, we're gonna hear wars and rumors of wars. Didn't we not just have a whole, Ukraine and Russia, or war over there that's probably still ongoing? And now we got Amalek and and Iran, all these other, isn't that wars and rumors of wars? Okay, and it says for nations are rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places. Have we not been seeing famines and earthquakes, and pestilence in diverse places already? Okay, although it's not being brought on your mainstream media, right? You can just do a basic Google search, and you'll find these events that's happening across the earth. But guess what? These are signs. This is, this is a sign of Yahweh Shai's return. When you see these things, know that I'm coming. It's what the Lord's trying to tell us, man. Or when you see these signs, know that I'm near. Okay, and then, and that's how Watchmen is able to warn the people because they see the impending danger. When others don't, they see the signs. Okay, that's how Watchmen is able to do their job. Okay, they see the signs before everybody else does. Okay, and and the Lord is the one that gives these signs out. Okay, but not everybody can decipher the signs too as well. All right, the Spirit of the Lord got to be dealing with you to be able to know, what times we in. If you're not, if you're not really rooted in your how about Shema Shai, right? Now continuing on, and that's how the Lord always been, man. Always using the signs of the earth, people, to let you know when all hell about to break loose or this, that, and the third. Okay, that's how the Lord works, man. All right, just make the Lord blameless before judgment happens, so you can see that you never heard or you never heard it. This is Luke 21 and verse 9, and it says, "And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, famines and pestilence, and fearful sights, and great signs shall be from heaven." Right, I mean, great signs shall be from the heavens. Okay, these are the signs which Lord said are going to happen, man. These great signs. All right, and you don't want to miss these signs, man. Right? Because you got these other news articles and media telling you about the diverse famines and earthquakes in diverse places already. That's a sign. But people not adhering to the signs, man. All right, and then that's how a lot of people are gonna get caught as a thief in the night due to them not paying attention to the signs. Okay, Lord, the Lord is giving y'all the hints, man, but y'all not taking it. Okay, but the man of the Lord, we gonna know from the jump, man. That's why we say to about you, man, shine for this truth and this knowledge as well. Okay, because we able to tell the signs of the earth, because God forbid, we would have been one of those people out there trying to become successful in America and try to live it up, and this and the third, not knowing that there were certain signs that we were just not passing by. Obviously, because Lord had to wake us up to this truth. Okay, this is Second Peter chapter 3 and verse 3, and it says, "Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts." Let me get it. I gotta read what else online. You say, "In the last days there shall come scoffers." Okay, have we not been dealing with scoffers, man? Okay, and it's saying, where's the promise of this coming, right, man? And the scoffer gonna say, man, I don't see the Lord coming back right now. Okay, but the man of the Lord knows this, man. That, that's why we're on the highways and byways. We wouldn't be on the highways and byways if the Lord wasn't coming. Okay, if this was just here for us to stay forever. No, man. It says, for since since the farthest fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation. That's right, man. They think just because everything's happening normal. Okay, ever since their parents was alive or their great grandfathers, they think yeah, nothing. It's just normal. It's just nothing will ever happen. But that's not true, man. Okay, the Lord got signs that He's given us to let Him know that He's about to destroy this place. All right, Scripture said that depart. It's not your rest. Okay, but I come, that was a lesson. Top lesson is going to be the Lord has always dealt with signs, and the Lord always given the people signs, man, of His returning, man. Okay, and we are to decipher these signs and filter it through the scriptures to know what times we in. Okay, so low on this lesson to everybody, and with that, I do want to give our praise and honor glory to Yahweh by Shimmy Shai by Shimmy Kakadash. That want to start apostles, elder great Milton that taught us his truth. Peace and blessings to the sincere Akim. With that, I want to say shalom.